I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Drop.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Blerd.Spot Podcast. I'm your host, Juliet, Crystal Bank, and the homie Kid Phantom. And today our intro went all the way through with no hiccups. Let's get at it, round of applause. And like always, how's the squad doing? How's everybody doing? Because this is a special day, on a special day, because we got a dope guest and we got some news, some sad kind of news, but not too sad news. I'm going to let Whit break that to y'all once again. But how's everybody doing?
I'm Gucci. Out here living, hope steady, my nigga. How you be?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I gotta find out some information about this costume contest at work and whether or not I can wear face paint and makeup. Because if I can't, then I'm going as Kisame, full on Akatsuki.
Yeah. We gotta talk about how you are on that ugly ass shirt on. But that's
Wait, that what?
Ugly ass shirt on.
Damn. Tell me how you
Which
really
one?
The one you got on.
I mean, but our special guest is into horror, and this is a horror franchise right now.
Damn.
Ah, damn. How's it going?
Just wait. Come on. You know you want to do it. There you go.
Yeah. Real fans can make fun of their team.
Hey, like always, you know me.
Trash right now.
Everything good with me. You know how it goes. You know how it is. Music is good. Jules what too. I mean, I could tell them today. Should I tell them now? Or should I wait till the session? Should I tell them?
Yeah, wait till the session.
I tell
them on the sessions.
But yeah, everything's good with me. You know, everything's great. Can't complain about nothing. But yeah, tell them about the break. Tell them about the break real quick before we get into everything.
After this episode, we're gonna do our kind of. We do it every year, which has only been one other year, but it's gonna be every year. You know, but people, ain't got families. The holidays are coming up. So we're gonna take a little break. I mean, you won't not see us in between now until January. Like we're coming back January 8th, but as far as this part of the Blerd Spot, the show itself, you won't see us. We'll probably do a special episode, like we said last week, for Black Panther, because I mean it's Black Panther, and we get to finally air our grievances or be pleasantly surprised, like whichever one happens. But yeah, so we'll just be going on break. Be on the lookout. Sessions is coming back.
Yep.
November
8th, we back in this joint.
And then be on the lookout. My horror segments is being revamped. It's just gonna be me. And we're gonna do the horror bit again. I haven't thought of a name for it yet, so we'll get there when we get there. But be on the lookout for the horror.
And be on the lookout for
the horror house. Get it, the horror house, the horror.
Hey, yeah,
I see what you're trying to do, but no.
Anyway, I bomb. I joke bomb. It didn't go. Shit happens, you know. So you gotta.
Yeah, it does.
But go on
be on the lookout also for me beating the fuck out of Kratos. I mean, not Kratos, Thor. Y'all gonna be on the lookout.
Oh yeah, look. I'm gonna be streaming too because I just showed the fellas. It's in the downloads, and got
How
that
far? How
that
much you got
Modern
left?
Warfare too. So
Ooh.
Okay, okay. But like always, we got a special guest today. Very special guest. Um, so y'all be respectful. His pronouns is they, them, and he, him, all that. He's cool. He cool with the get down. He know how it goes. He cool. So y'all respect this man when he comes on this chat. Who we got in today? We got the homie brother Ghoulish. Come on, what's
That
going
was the
on?
only dance move I know. So, but thank you.
It's all good.
Hey man, all you
you
gotta
gotta
go
you gotta
through.
do the cuff it. So speaking, we was talking about Renaissance earlier. I feel like that's the only TikTok dance I could do.
I could probably, but my rhythm is shaky, so it would take a while. But I would get it.
I,
Look,
But it's the only one. All you do is this. I can do that.
That's all you got. That's
That's
all
all
you
I
got.
got in the gas tank still. We're gonna get it one day.
one day.
I'm gonna figure something out.
But how you live and how you feel?
I'm still recovering from a costume party I went to last night. I dressed as an evil clown. Um, and then it hit me. I probably should have put the mask on when y'all brought me in and took it off, but I probably would have fell because once again, I told you the balance tricky. But my book is actually about to come out pretty soon, so that's actually this week. So been
Hey,
working on that.
Oh, so tell people about the book you got coming out. Let them know what they need.
So it's called "There's Something Wrong in Morganton County," and it's 12 stories with queer people of color queer black leads, and they're living in a haunted suburb. And each story reveals a little bit about the evil that is underneath of the town.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's like an anthology series.
It is because when I started my first podcast, Brother Ghoulish Tomb, I used to share original horror short stories that I wrote, and then they got a positive reception. So I just pulled them down and started to build this book. So it took about a year and a half, and I launched a Kickstarter, and it funded in 2 days, and then I did a stretch goal, and then the stretch goal got hit in another 24 hours. I'm like, okay, people really want this book. Let's go ahead and let's just focus on this. For like the last month and a half, I've just been rewriting it, and it's really been a dream come true. I can't wait for it to come out.
Okay.
okay,
So
so
is it available for? I know you already did the Kickstarter, but is it going to be available for the people who missed the Kickstarter and whatnot?
I'm still going to publish through Amazon KDP, so it'll be an ebook in paperback form. And then the people who did the Kickstarter, they just get like extra stuff. Like I threw in like an audio commentary about the stories and their inspirations, and some paperwork to like show them like my notes and stuff like that, bookmarks, desktops, just because I'm a creative. So I was like, oh, this is fun. I can do stuff like this.
I guess my
Okay, and
question
then what, do you have any advice for anybody who, because we all have all started writing something, but like life happens. What do you have any, I guess, suggestions for people who have hit writer's block or uh,
good
who
question.
has trouble expanding on their story?
Yeah, actually. So I'm gonna tell you what worked for me. Like you said, we all have like stories that are just kind of like sitting either as plot bunnies on our computer, on our phones, or just in your head, and you just need to like get them down. Um, I use this thing called the Dan Harmon Story Circle, and he didn't really create the circle. It's old. It goes back to the hero's journey, but essentially, you look at your story as a circular movement through through the underworld and the upper world. The upper world is like your sense of normality, like the world as you see it. And the story where all the conflict and all the nasty, gritty, grimy stuff is underneath. So when your hero embarks on their journey, what you're essentially doing is you're sending them somewhere to learn, and they can get stuck at the bottom until they come back to that top place, and it's a reference point of how they've changed. If your character comes back and they haven't changed, then the story hasn't really done anything for them. And the thing is, because so many writers struggle with writer's block, these resources are free online. Like if you just Google Dan Harmon Story Circle, there's like little forms you can just like start the outlining process, and everything else from there is how you feel motivated to write. Because I like writing because it helps me heal things. So when I'm doing that, usually the monsters are manifestations of shit I've gone through. And so then it just keeps me writing. And it's that's definitely the advice. And also trusting yourself, because I think sometimes people edit while they're writing. Don't do that. Don't just write your story. And then, you can always go to Fiverr, Upwork, and then just, actually pay someone who is like trained to edit your story. Same thing with beta readers. You can get people to read for read. If you don't have anyone do that, like some of my beta readers, like I've paid like $40-$50 here or there just to get a professional opinion on the story so it can be stronger. Because we have biases where we're writing from. You could accidentally write something and it's problematic and you're not thinking about it, but it does help to have like that feedback and create the strongest story possible.
It's funny you said, you write it as kind of like a therapeutic, traumas and stuff or things that you've dealt with. That's pretty much the basis of my story. It's in the point of view of the killer who doesn't quite know they're the killer, and every person they kill is a manifestation of trauma that happened to me personally in my
Yeah.
real life. So, and it can be therapeutic, like especially the first one, because everyone knows the first kill. Like I killed my mom in the first scene, and
Shit.
what I based it on what I said earlier. I have abandonment issues. My mom
Yeah.
left me when I was younger, so it kind of was really therapeutic to get that out. Like my character asked all the questions I wish I had an opportunity to ask. So that's it. It's funny to hear someone else say, like, "Oh yeah, it's therapeutic," because it's like, well, that's for me too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shoot.
and
Like,
you see that, and that's dope because for me, writing isn't necessarily therapeutic.
mhm.
Uh, I'm always off topic, even though I'm a teacher and I'm supposed to be on topic. I still get off topic, and I attribute that to my HD. Writing actually helps me organize my brain in order to think straight. I mean, I used to smoke weed for that, but I don't smoke weed anymore. So writing helps with it.
Sweet, sweet. I still smoke weed.
I wish they random me at work, so
Yeah, nah, I can't. My profession doesn't allow me unless it's
right.
legal.
We had to be professional.
Yeah.
Um, but go ahead, June. What you got?
Now I was gonna say, what? How does this book reflect your personal life? Like, where did you come up? Like, what dark part of your brain did you go to? Like, all right, this I gotta write this.
um, I think it's different for each story, and I think that's what I love about like anthologies. Like for example, I'll use Thighs, which is one of the stories that was on the podcast, and then I moved it over into the book and rewrote it. So Thighs is more of like a satirical, like comedy type story, but it's based in things that like as a heavier dude, I've always kind of like felt. So definitely having like bigger thighs, right? The character is in a similar situation, but they meet someone who is a conjurman who tells them like, listen, I can give you a stone that will wick fat off of your body, right? So obviously he goes through this ritual and he starts wicking the fat off his thighs and it works. But just like anything, there's always something, right? So he has all this loose skin. So he decides, okay, I can just recreate the ritual, but feed it a piece of my flesh, like my actual like skin. So the thing becomes like it's like a pocket of water, like a flesh stone, like of water, and he buries it like he was supposed to do, before recreating the ritual, and it comes back and it looks like a pair of thighs. So they're literally like they're trying to kill him, and they're like sucking the life out of people by like wrapping around their face or wrapping around their thighs and just sucking. And so they're getting bigger and bigger. And if you shoot it, like it sucks up the metal, and it like the metal like becomes a part of it. And so this is clearly a very it's a wild story. Like, who thinks of shit like this? But on the back end, it's about body
I love it.
positivity
I can't wait
because
to read it.
he
Big thighs
made the
takes lives.
thighs like bigger than
Ah,
everything. He made it bigger than his life, Like, this is a person who I like, they were established. Like, he has his own house, he has his own place, he has like friends that love him. But no, I want to have like the perfect thighs. But is he willing to pay with his life? And that's just an example. Like, I'm laughing about body positivity and trying to write about it and also like, have fun with it at the same time. Like some of my stories are like sick, and then some of them are like just lighthearted like that. Like one of the sicker ones is Micro Dead, where there's people who are getting high on zombie blood. because they find out if you taste a little bit of it, you can get like a buzz or something. So they just start like drinking zombie blood. And obviously, if you have too much, well, you have to read to find out. But yeah, it's just
No,
crazy.
I can't wait to read it.
Oh,
So
wait a minute. Wait.
make sure you
Wait. High off of zombie blood.
Yes.
That lets me know.
It's so different than in real life. They be licking the frogs.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that lets me know, even in the fictional world, people do anything to get high.
Yeah.
Like I said, in the real world, they'll lick frogs. Like literally, take a frog and get high.
But then if you lick too much of the frog, it's toxic. Like it's just commentary around addiction, and it's a black post-apocalyptic world, you know. So these are survival camps where it's us, you know. But I didn't want to make it about the zombies because I feel like that's been done to death. I wanted to make it about addiction and also family because it's focused on two brothers, one who got really addicted to zombie blood. They call it rot. And then the other brother who's more like on top of his shit and just try to like make sure that he's good.
Be like, you see that nigga Johnny? He on that rot shit again. See that?
Yeah.
On that rot shit
He on
again.
that rot. Look at me. Oh, rot ass nigga.
Right.
That's hilarious. No, I can't wait to read these stories. Like legit. I will be buying that. That will be in my collection. But you know, I feel like I have to ask as the horror connoisseur here. It's kind of like, you know, what does Sanaa Lathan ask in Brown Sugar? What made you fall in love with rap? What made you fall in love with horror?
So it was definitely like forced on me by accident because my folks loved horror. So when I was a kid, like I saw Blackula, like when I was very young, because my father, he still loves like vampire movies. And so as a result, I did see Blackula. My mom liked stuff like Eve's Bayou. I had an older brother that would show me the real shit. So like he's the reason I saw like Tales from the Hood and Halloween and stuff like that. And on my own, I found out about Scream. And I know it's like basic behavior to say this, but I love Scream. It's like my favorite franchise to this day.
Did we just become best friends? It's mine too.
Look, I mean, you already liked Renaissance, so it was like I came in with a purpose. Look, I need to get information. It's just horror is like everything to me. Like I love it. And even like with what I would read growing up, I would read the Goosebumps series because where I was, we didn't have the channel that would show the show, so I had to read it to keep up with it. And I liked reading Poe when I was a kid, which is, when I think back, a little strange, maybe a red flag, I don't know. But yeah, it's just always been horror.
Now, Goosebumps is a hard ass book to read, man. Like, especially when it got to that little ventriloquist dummy, I tapped out. Like, no, I was scared of dogs.
Hey, listen, I was in a place where I could watch the show. So every time you heard, it's like, hey,
I get it's like
my show's on. My favorite was the Sponge.
Oh, that thing under the sink thing. Yeah, that thing was creepy. Mine was the Haunted Mask.
I have to say, like, I'm like Malice. When I get triggered by a sniff, I get triggered every time I hear that goddamn Goosebump intro. Hey, okay, no, stop. Good bullshit. What's going on? No.
What was that movie they showed? It was a Disney Channel original movie. I can't remember the name.
Don't Look Under the Bed.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet.
I know.
I really was watching this at like 10, 11 years old. Like,
I mean, me and my cousins
and
stayed
they put this on in the middle of the daytime on Disney Channel.
See, me and my cousins used to stay up to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Nice.
That's another good one.
That was a good one. But like, I'm like Brother Ghoulish. Like, I mean, horror was kind of forced upon me, and let me tell you, I was a scary ass child too. Like, you could look me in the face, say boo, and I'd be like, ugh. But somehow I fell in love with horror. But Scream really solidified that for me. Like,
horror is how me and my mom stayed connected, because me and my mom were really close growing up. It could be because of our short age distance between each other, but me and my mom were really close growing up until I lost my teeth and she decided to be an asshole and decide to put on Darkness Falls the day I lose my teeth, and we watch it in the middle of the night.
Darkness Falls. Oh my god, I forgot about them. I need to go back and watch that damn movie. It was so scary.
I can imagine how scary it is to a child who just lost.
Yeah.
Your mama ain't shit. I like it.
I love my mama, but no, she's not. I love you, Mama. If you're watching this,
I meant that with
you are the shit. But damn, Mama, why you had to do me like that?
I ain't even do nothing.
No, you know what though? It ain't no different than her showing my sister it when she was afraid of clowns.
So just trauma. I feel it.
It's trauma for me. It wasn't even a horror movie that messed me up. It was Communion. Have y'all seen that movie?
No.
No, that
Oh
shit
my
sounds like some
god.
Catholic shit. I ain't a Catholic, and I don't understand how Catholics do what the hell they do sometimes. Because
I didn't. I would have preferred Catholic over this. It was space aliens, and apparently, like the space aliens, when they would take the people, they would like wipe their memories. So they would just wake up in the morning with all these bruises and cuts and shit, and they didn't know what was going on to them. And it scared me. I don't want to watch this. And like for
sounds
years,
like the originals.
yeah. It's
This
also
is
like what
this
isn't
sounds
it? Fire in the
terrible.
Sky or something like that. I think it's called Fire in the Sky. But yeah, no, that's why I couldn't do no space aliens. Mm-mm,
Not the space aliens.
no.
Oh.
Yeah, them wasn't regular bruises. They was over there fucking you and then taking your memory.
Well,
Yeah,
Wait a
running trains
minute.
on these
Hold
people
on.
and stuff. Like, no.
Like you got a train ran on you by niggas from Area 51,
Nigga, wait a minute.
and then wake up in Pasadena,
Hold on,
California.
wait, hold on.
Well, what happens if you get pregnant with a little alien baby? You don't even
They bust out your stomach. Have you not seen the movie Aliens?
Ew.
Nigga, I'm just,
touche.
that's how they got there. I'm busting.
Okay.
That's how they got
I
there.
wonder what it looks like when it's an alien. Like, does it look like green jello or?
Niggas, know what, brother, you know what?
It really just looks like
You know what? No,
it looks
no,
like your spine
no,
with a head attached. That's all it
No.
looks like.
no.
No.
This took a dark
This
turn.
went like,
Tony, you always get wrapped up in our mess, don't you?
I don't bother nothing more, but I be chilling. Somebody, I get dragged into hell with y'all. Leave me alone.
I mean, hell's
Hey,
a fun place sometimes.
Hey, Drag Me to Hell. I love that film. I just didn't understand why the girl had to die at the end of Drag Me to Hell. Like, why she get dragged to hell? I mean, she did everything she was supposed to.
All she did was say, "Ma'am, you can't get the mortgage approved." Like, I mean, I don't know why she. It was too much. She acting like she did something to her.
That's kind of like that. Well, no, I can't even.
I mean,
compare
shit.
that. I was about
I
to
was
compare
like, I don't even know why she got
But-
mad. Black people hear that shit all the time.
Right.
Welcome to blackness.
It's because she was a Karen, probably. She's not used to being told no. So she's like, oh, no, I don't know about this. Shut up, or whatever the hell she said. Like, child, that was it.
Yeah,
Speaking of horror.
it's kind of like the movie Thinner. Even though I mean he kind of did deserve it. 'Cause
Child.
he ran over that woman and left.
Yeah,
But
So brother Ghoulish, have you seen the new Halloween movie?
I
you gotta
have.
bring it up.
Because you said I could. I asked you.
Nah, and then I said we ain't even got. But there's so many other things to talk about. You just gotta be a nigga.
Yep. Sure did.
Uh-oh. Wait, what? Y'all don't agree on it?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched.
But she
Yeah,
said,
we-
"Go
we-
ahead and talk about
we
it."
have-
Go ahead.
We haven't
Go ahead.
seen
You want to be that person? I'm gonna make sure to ruin Black Panther for you. I'm gonna go see it first.
Oh,
I already got my pin on Black Panther. I'm going there with. I'll be that dude.
I'm a ruiner. I'm a spoiler. I'm like Tony. Guess what?
No. Be like Spike Lee and do the right thing. They're gonna get smaller and smaller.
yeah.
But
You gotta take a picture of like the juiciest scene and just send it to him unprovoked,
exactly.
Brother.
Exactly. Just record it like here.
and then turn the camera on you like,
Exactly.
you know what you did.
You know what? I fussed with you. You feed my foolishness.
Like I said.
But we ain't talking about we go skip over Halloween. Okay, I'm gonna just ask, what did you think without a spoiler? No,
Mm-mm.
that's what I figured.
Like I mean, it's not
Yeah, it was free for
irredeemable.
Peacock.
There are some things that they did okay, I will say, but no.
When do you think the Halloween franchise should have just stopped?
After the first one.
That's a hard one.
When Busta Rhymes kicked his ass in that house.
Probably, it's hard to say because to be for real, I loved Halloween 2018. Like that one was really good. I know people didn't like the Rob Zombie ones. I'm not of that camp. I think that they were brutal and brilliant.
They were just slow.
Yeah. And they also gave like a lot of backstory to Michael Myers, which is like the girls didn't live for that. But I was like, I'm fine with this. This is okay. So maybe I would say 2018 because I hated Kills. I was like, y'all, Kills is terrible to me. I know some people like it,
funny.
but I could not deal with that
Michael
movie.
Myers only became a serial killer after getting thrown in the air by Will Smith.
Wait, what?
What, huh?
The kid that played young Michael Myers is the same kid that got thrown in the air by Will Smith on Hancock. After he landed, like, You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna be a serial killer.
I like that. I never put that together. That's funny.
That is.
So like, speaking of like these horror franchises, like, do you feel like so a lot of times these companies they just get money hungry and they just don't know when to end a good thing? Like,
Yeah.
I think what I think Halloween's probably the one that does it the most for me personally. I am biased when it comes to Screen. I've enjoyed all five, um, so I'm hoping the sixth one does justice.
Did you watch the TV show?
I watched the TV show and we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that because I actually enjoy parts of the TV show, but I'm a Kiki.
The
Palmer
first
fan.
two were okay.
Season 3 was trash.
They threw it all the way off with the third one because it didn't coincide with the other two at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And then they tried to bring the mask back, but you didn't get any payoff.
yeah, it didn't do what it was supposed to do. I'd rather watch Slasher. That's a better
Right.
Yeah.
series.
And Channel Zero.
Mm-hmm.
So
What y'all think of that new movie called Smile? Because the
I
promotion.
haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, but everyone, well, I'm gonna say everyone, but Regina was telling me that for her it was real scary and good. So I was
Just
like,
the promotional for it is just creepy. There's a bunch
Oh
of
yeah. Did you see the promotions during the NFL games?
nigga, that was just
the
So-
baseball games too.
Yeah, they did it at NFL and baseball games that had people sit in the crowd and smile, and the camera would pan to the person. All they're doing is sitting there smiling in the crowd during the game.
And it wasn't just a regular smile. It's the Kubrick stare smile.
Yo, I would have been drained. I'm like, I'm here for the game. Why are we doing this? What are these shenanigans? They would have caught like a swift chop to the throat or something.
I Googled how much they paid them people, and I would sit there to go to one football game or one baseball game and get paid to smile for $50,000.
Oh, wait, for one appearance?
I could do that
One
smile right there.
appearance.
Watch.
It'd be people on the corner near me just standing there smiling like that. Where's their money? They could have paid one of them.
I don't know. But they was getting paid like $50,000 because the camera purposely panned to them like at least 10 or 15 times.
y'all see that one white lady that was in the crowd? She was just into it. How you doing?
And did you see the auntie that was behind in the area? Like,
yeah, holding her purse.
Yeah,
she like, yo,
that's what you call. That's what you. But they only did it at like certain games. Like your team had to be winning. So they did it for Astros games. They did it for the Dodgers games because those were the top two teams in baseball. They did it at a Cowboys game because that is the highest paid sports franchise in the world.
whatever, they still trash. Anyways, go ahead.
Hey, I ain't say they weren't trash. They still get paid the most amount of money at $5.5 billion per year.
You would know that.
Child, just let me get a fraction of that.
Listen, can I get a point?
Well,
Right. As a fan, I'd be like, go ahead and just invest in the team.
So
But their shares cost too much money.
they do. I imagine. But so to bring it back to horror, what is like a movie that you watched and you're just like you were just utterly disgusted with how terrible it was?
there's a lot of them, but have y'all heard of the Hip Hop Witch?
No.
Okay, let me read y'all who's in this movie so y'all can gag like I did.
You lost that hip hop.
When you said hip hop, I automatically thought about Beyonce and Mekhi Phifer.
So here's just some of the people in this movie: Eminem, Vanilla Ice, Ja Rule, Raw Digga, Vitamin C. I don't know if y'all know about her. I'm showing my age. Benzino, Mobb Deep.
Time out.
Wait. They got Eminem and Benzino to be in the same movie without fighting?
Yes.
I remember Vitamin C.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Stop. Say those names again, please.
Eminem, Vanilla Ice, Ja Rule, Raw Digga, Killer Priest. I skipped him. Vitamin C. Prodigy was in this. Benzino, Mobb Deep. And these are just to name a few.
Royce
You lost me at Eminem.
Harley Baltimore.
Ooh-wee.
It's
Shit sounds
literally
like a
like
Source Award.
it's so many. Stop.
You lost me at
It's a Source
Eminem and
Award.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, in the same
Hey,
movie.
Vanilla,
And the
everybody
thing
know
is,
Vanilla Ice ain't been right since he got hung over the side of that building by Suge Knight,
Gosh, damn.
reenacting that scene from the 5 Heartbeats.
I love that movie, but we're not doing that right now. I can't. Not the 5 Heartbeats. Lord.
Shit.
Yeah, I just want y'all to really look at this.
The hip hop.
Oh yeah, it's on Tubi.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
What year did it come out? What year did it come out?
Anywhere else but Tubi. I'm gonna go watch it.
What year was that? It was a long time ago, but I remember that there was
2000.
drama. 2000. Thank you. There was drama because after it came out, Eminem's camp was fighting hard to stop the movie from coming out because
I don't blame him.
Yeah, because in the movie, the cuts that they use, his fear is that the hip hop witch is going to rape him or do something to his booty or something, and that's the whole premise of his character. There's nothing else.
We're gonna have a glasses count.
You know what?
Hey, we gotta have a glasses
Screw that.
count. I did
That
three.
movie-
I did
hey,
4.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that movie doesn't exist. The only movie Rod Digger that has been a part of is 13 Ghosts. The only movie
Yes.
that Eminem has been a part of
8
is
Mile.
The Wash
Oh.
and 8 Mile. That's it. That's it. That movie don't
This movie
exist.
is so bad. This is probably the worst rating I've seen on IMDb.
It's bad.
1.4 out of 10.
It's
God
horrible.
damn. You know what? Let's Google what's the worst rated movie ever.
It's probably going to be that Planet Number 5 movie. I think it's called. Let me see. Planet.
You remember that old basketball movie called Crossover? That movie was really bad.
No, I don't remember it. What's it called?
It's called Crossover. Shut shit, Tony.
That movie was horrible. If
It
you
can't
were
be
a whole
worse than the
fan back in
hip-hop witch.
05,
No, the hip hop witch.
That was before Papa Doc decided to become an Avenger. That was after he got murdered by Eminem in a rap battle. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna go hoop, and then he wasn't that good at hooping, so he decided to become an Avenger.
What? How's that a fallback plan? Wait, did I say that right? Fallback plan. There we go.
it worked. It's
Hey,
gonna work today.
Look here, he went to the military and got hooked up with the right people.
Oh my god.
The hip, dude, that's saying the name out loud.
Well, you said it got a 1.4, right?
Yeah.
And that's generous.
Put it like this: that movie rated so bad that IMDb doesn't even put it on the list of their worst 100 movies. At number 1, they have Disaster Movie listed with a 2.1 star.
Oh no.
They don't
Damn,
even
so
put
it's
that
worse
one on
than
there.
their worst. The
Damn.
stress.
No, the name is the Hip Hop Witch. Anytime you put "the" in something, you know it's bad. The hip hop, not the hip.
Like, I just wanted to, let me look who wrote that.
Who said it was a good idea?
Right. How did this get greenlit?
No, now imagine your agent come.
But it came out in
you go to
2000.
Eminem saying, "Yo, Marshall, there's a movie called The Hip Hop Witch," and that was how that was
Tell
drugged.
y'all who wrote and directed it, and y'all do what y'all want with it.
One more time. Well,
Y'all do what y'all want with it.
well.
The hip.
I want to re-answer y'all question with a different answer now. The earlier one. If you are ever feeling down about anything you're writing, go watch The Hip Hop Witch because you're gonna realize our stories deserve to be greenlit because our shit has substance. This got funding. This got money. This is in circulation right now. The Hip Hop Witch.
You know what though?
We got enough funding to hire all these rappers. So
yeah. You know they didn't show up for free, like especially Eminem.
2000.
Child.
Yeah, this is in 2000. That means you paid hella money for Ja Rule and Eminem.
Mhm.
Child, that's prime, right, John. That's always on time.
That's always on time. Ja Rule.
That's prime Charlie Baltimore.
That's what would I be without my baby, Ja Rule. Like that's.
Oh my god.
That's before
That
50
was
Cent.
the same. That's the same Ja Rule who yelled out Monica.
But
on Fast and the Furious.
So they came off them dollars. That look. I'm gonna try to sell a script one day to Tubi and see what happens. Yeah.
I mean, somebody got to greenlight it at this point.
Right.
Bro, at this, I mean, I would do it. I mean, they trying to make money off it. Like, yo, we need some money. We need
That's
money.
why. This movie's a spoof movie. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't
They
believe
said
it.
it's a,
So
they,
let
s-
me say this.
the director said it's supposed to be a spoof of the Blair Witch Project.
Well, a
It
good
didn't work.
spoof is like a scary movie. What is it called?
Yeah.
Haunted House on Netflix. That one's pretty funny. Dracula Dead
Yeah.
and Loving It. This has no structure. That sounds like what happened when do y'all know what happened with Keely Williams and Spectacular? Do y'all know about this?
Who?
Child. So Keely Williams from the Cheetah Girls, when she did
Oh, her.
Damn,
when
you
she
didn't even
did
say
her
Shut
from
up, shut
3LW.
up,
You said
shut
from the
up.
Cheetah
Stop,
Girls.
stop,
wait, is
stop.
she from the Cheetah Girls? She from one of them things.
Three
What is she
of
She's
them.
from
from?
both. She's
Oh,
from
okay.
both.
I'm about to say, but
3LW and Cheetah Girls. You know,
Dude, I know he about to go.
the one that got kicked out ended
Tired
up
of the broken
being.
promises.
You know what?
yeah.
I told you
Yeah.
not to do this.
Oh.
Stop.
She's the one who makes the
No.
least amount of money now.
Did you kick me out? That's
I told you
rude.
not to do it.
I ain't do
told
nothing.
you
My
not to
hands
do
is
it.
up.
That's
I
rude.
said don't do it. You did it anyway.
But she did like a breakout hit, and it was called for her solo career, and it was called Spectacular. And it's like ooh, it's like the worst song in the world. And like
God
later she
damn.
came back and was like, "Oh, it was supposed to be no, sis. You swung, you missed, and now you're trying to follow up and say it was something other than what it
now I know.
was."
When you hummed it, I'm mad. I know what you're talking about now. Well, she was like, the sex was so
That's
spectacular.
spectacular.
Yeah, oh, God.
Oh,
Wait,
that
she had
shit?
wait, time. She actually had a song out.
Yes, I'm sorry
Look
to
here,
send this
You
to
know,
you.
you could
Look
YouTube.
here, she was the worst Cheetah Girl. She was the worst member of 3LW.
One of the
Yeah.
lyrics from this, y'all, just to let y'all
She's
know
the
how
one.
bad
She's the
this
one who
was.
ain't really doing shit right now. You got Adrian Baylon, who's on a
Nigga, they was in the NBA. They was in
and you got Notori
street,
Nelson,
So
who's
what?
actually making money from the Power series.
But hold up, what's the worst? What's the lyric?
I think he blew a track out. No, I think he pulled a track out when he was blowing my back out. The only thing is I don't remember, except for rolling over.
nigga. What song
Did
is
he
it?
drill you, bitch?
That sounds like rape.
What year is this song come out? What year is it?
This was like the 2000s. Let me see. It was I got you. Hold up. This was
She was a part of this
2010.
song.
2010.
2010. Who said this was a good song? Who wrote this?
Hold on.
She did.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
sure.
She's stupid. She thinks she Brian McKnight and can put out a bad song.
Child. It was
Have y'all
so-
heard? Oh,
That
excuse
song-
me. Did y'all not hear the song from Brian McKnight?
Yes, I know.
I
what
have
song you're
not.
talking about.
Which song are we talking about?
It's called. I forgot the name of the song, but that nigga literally sang, "Let me show you how your pussy work."
Yes,
Said that?
No,
Yes.
that is
yeah,
work.
he did.
Y'all capping. What song is this?
Ready,
Hold on.
ready to learn. I think is the name of the song.
Look,
What?
me. I look at it, bro. This is a true story. He ain't lying. I heard it.
Ready to learn.
Nigga,
Brian McKnight in his big old age made that song.
nigga.
Mhm.
He was like, I done gave y'all one last cry, back to one. I ain't got nothing left. Let me just throw some
Clearly.
bullshit out here.
I
Clearly.
mean, this sounds like a
He was on
midlife
the piano
crisis.
and everything. He was on piano and everything. This.
Oh, it's a ballad.
Yes,
Yes, yes. Hold on. Screw that. I got
Not a
you.
ballad using such vulgar.
Yes.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Um,
Where'd
I
he
don't
go? What happened?
I don't know.
He'll be back.
The FBI is tripping.
It's just me. Hi, y'all. This is the takeover. I don't know what happened. Like, I have no clue what happened. But I'm here to entertain you. So,
I have no clue what just happened. Who did we piss
I
off?
don't know.
What happened?
It took everybody out but me.
Who did we piss off?
Was it when we talked?
Yeah,
Y'all
I
pissed
posted.
Does he
Brian
got
McKnight,
goons?
the
apparently.
link.
Y'all, the FBI agent must be a Brian McKnight fan, and y'all pissed him off.
They said enough.
Screw that. I put the link in the chat for everybody who want to go see the Brian McKnight song. There you go.
Wait, was it something we said? I just thought about that.
I mean, this has never happened before, and we've said some wild shit.
I mean,
Nigga,
yeah, the
all we
Busy
said
Bomb
was
thing did
Robert
happen.
Downey made a bad song.
Like I looked up and I was the only one, and I'm just like, well,
How you go from my shitty dream broken to the telly? How you go from that? How you go from that to this? How do you?
he said rent was due. He got to do what he got to do.
No, all them royalties, bruh, nigga, all them checks.
But you know what's up if they don't own their royals. They got to keep working.
And a lot of them people don't own their royals because they don't pay attention to that contract.
That's funny you say that. I remember there was a story. Prince was talking to somebody. He said, "Y'all want to do a song with you?" Dude said, "Do you own your masters and own your stuff?" Like, nah. He said, "Can't do a song with you." And this is Prince. Purple Rain.
That's terrible.
And guess what Prince Whitney did make sure he did after that?
Oh yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when he died, he owned his royalties.
A lot of people, I think, are going to start waking up and doing that, especially because the game is changing. You know, like it's more about like the connection to the artist. Like all that gatekeeping shit is going away.
Yep. Especially with social media, like everything is just so open. Like if I use you for instance, like you know, it's hard getting as a Black person, especially as a Black LGBTQ plus person, it's especially hard to get these publishings to get your stuff out there, but you're able to bypass the middleman because you started with your audience with these stories. They loved it so much they were able to back you, and you cut out the middleman altogether when it comes to getting your story published.
That's exactly how it felt too, and it's dope because these people, they really want to see you succeed. Like they know what's up, and because I think it breaks my heart when I get into people. I think about like Normani because I love her, and how we're all waiting for this project to come out. But a big piece of it feels like is there's so many politics. You know, somebody can just get shelved, and that's why when I saw what Tinashe did, and she was like, "Oh, you know, screw that. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my own thing." And just put out this music. I really have a lot of love and respect for the indie artists, like so much.
And as an indie artist myself, I tell people like, "Yo, why don't you sign to a major?" But as an indie artist myself, I don't never want to sign to a major. Like I like me and my homegirl, we talk all the time about how it's harder to be indie. Like even when you do like books and film, it's harder, but the payoff is so much better. But even as a filmmaker, I know you got to pitch your stuff, your script to certain studios and whatnot. But if you fund it yourself, I just got a picture. You can just throw it on YouTube or whatever the case, but get a Patreon and throw it up there that people see it like that. And if you got a good product, people won't pay to see it because you can.
I'll give you a perfect example, and it is horror. Paranormal Activity. He raised $100,000.
That's good.
Got his own cameras. And he hired essentially an actor and actress that no one had ever heard of before this.
Which helped add to the feel for me that these weren't like a Nicole Kidman and someone else. Like it made it feel like this is real.
And then you don't hire a writer because apparently I read, like when I was like looking at the behind the scenes of it, there really was no script. Like you had a basis of what was going to happen. But whenever there would be like door slamming and shit, like the actors didn't know when it would happen. So like the jumps, the screams, it feels real because they're not aware it's about to happen.
But do you think it's hard to recreate that knowing that people in on the game?
It definitely, because even for the second one they have big time studio funding. And don't get me wrong, I like the franchise as a whole. I personally feel like they could have stopped at the third one because the third one, you know, that's the first three are my favorite. And it just, but you could tell even in the second one, like now there's a full on script. There's more dialogue. Like the first one doesn't have a lot of talking. Like you have talking, but it just seems like, I mean, what it was intended to. It seems like just a regular couple that has a home camera. And their dialogue is everyday things that people would do at home. Like, hey, how was your day type shit. So by the second one, now you have a full on script. Now you have $1 million budget. That director took the $100,000 that he was able to raise independently and create a franchise that made him millions.
It's beautiful. Like I have a story. I actually have a story for y'all. Let me show you something. Hold up.
How you do that? I want to say this. So even if this is just for like independent filmmakers and whatnot, and I don't know if they have this anywhere else. I know there's a spot called Angelica's in Dallas. There's a film studio. Like you can like rent out studio, like rent out like not studio, like movie theater to show your shit, like show your whole film. So like you can do that. Like it's like and then again, it costs money. You got to get your money back, but still like. You don't have to go through these big time studios and like, I gotta get Tyler Perry, I gotta get this, I gotta get. No, this footage itself is gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of them.
That's why they make things like Kickstarter. That's why you have crowdfunding sites so you can, get the public to help back you, and even not just the public. Like these corporations, they have budgets for sponsorships.
You're right, because I got a forward grant for this project because of launching it, and that helped me get even more money towards the project being actualized. And there was a lot more money that I had to spend that I wasn't expecting, because you're going through it the first time, like you can only do but so much preparation. But the thing I grabbed was, so this is a book I wrote when I was like 20 something, right? And this was like my first time ever like trying to query, and I sent like all the, and it's I mean, y'all been talking to me for a minute. It's some wild shit in this book. So I knew when I was pitching it was gonna be some shit, but it's in my heart. It took me forever to write it. So I was like querying, getting the pile of rejection letters. And it actually crushed my spirit so bad that I didn't, go anywhere with that I stopped writing for 10 years.
Oh wow.
I didn't write for 10 years because the thing about querying that really sucks, right? People don't, if they don't see the value in your project, they just don't respond. So usually they'll say like, if you don't hear back from us in 3 to 6 months, it's a no. But it's rare that you get any response from people beyond just no. So I'm like, well, I've spent all this time working on this. Is like 90,000 words. You know what I mean? Like I poured my life and soul into this book, and then for it to not happen, it crushed me. And I think when I was going through like depression and shit, and just like working, like it really helped me to finally do Brother Ghoulish's Tomb, because it was like I'm writing smaller stories to people. And so when the reception was positive, people didn't know it was helping me, because you're waiting to see if like your story has anything sometimes, especially when you're writing the wild shit I'll be writing. So I was like, I don't know. I was expecting hate. I was expecting people DMing me like BS and stuff, especially because there's like men having sex with men in these stories. Oftentimes there's like a lot of stuff in there that I think could be triggering to people, but it is what it is. Like I stood up for myself, and now hopefully at one point I can turn this. I mean, I don't write like this anymore, so this is a heavy job that I don't have time for. But one day, I think like when people think about like the querying process and they get themselves down, just know that there's like another way. Like just write what you want to write. That like there's an audience for like the thing that you're trying to make. You just have to find them, find your tribe, find your people. And that's why like after this, I don't know how, because this isn't, I mix up the brain sides. I'm the creative brain side. So I kind of could do a little stronger with like the business acumen and stuff like that when it comes to things. But if I can figure that out, I would actually like to help people. I would actually like to tell them everything I did, just so that way that other people can like, recreate the same steps and take that story and just dust it off and get it edited and get it published and find your people and find your tribe, because it's just about people. That's really all it's about. It's just storytelling. And as people of color, and how so much of our tradition has moved like orally, like through generations and stuff, storytelling is very important to us, especially because when people get a hold of history books, a lot of people like to think that those things are like written in stone, but they're not. It's like they just start to, they change it. They cull it. So you need to be in touch with your people to really get the tea, like what's really going on oftentimes. So storytelling is important.
And that's dope. That's dope. Like the people, to go back to what you said, like the process of the rejection after rejection. I was actually watching the Drink Cups, like the
Drink Champs.
Yeah, Drink Champs. I was watching the B2K one. I was curious, right?
Yes.
I'm like an hour in. It's like 3 hours long. I'm only an hour in, and they were the process of them even trying to get signed. Wild, like he's like, we kept getting no after no after no. They kept saying we didn't have a strong enough singer, so we did this. I didn't even know they started the group with Jhené Aiko's older brother and another person, and then they started looking too old because they had facial hair and stuff. And so, they went off and did their own thing. So now it's Raz, Boog, and Fizz. And they're like, oh, you need a singer. What about this person? That's when Omarion comes in. And then they start re-recording, redoing. It's like the process is like wild. Everyone only sees the success. Like people probably see Brother Ghoulish now and see the success, see the podcast, like, oh, your book's coming out. We're happy for you. But no one sees that the rejection you went through 10 years ago. This is over 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
To get where you are right now. And no one sees that. And it's that process, while it's so dark, it's also so beautiful because it makes your success so much better.
Yeah, and it's like,
Thank you for that. But I think that's why I'm candid about anything, and I'm not ever afraid to like talk about anything in the process, because y'all know the TV, social media, people just show what they want to show and they make it look clean and cut and pretty, but that's not the real experience. Like there's so much BS that goes on for real. And when people see that, oh, this person's going through it too, but they're still like creating and putting stuff out, I think that helps more than just trying to pretend to be like polished. And it comes at a cost, unfortunately, because it's vulnerability. So sometimes, like when you're vulnerable, like people will come in and like try to like shoot you at the heart, and that does happen sometimes. But it's a risk I'm willing to take because I like helping people. It's just who I am. So I protect myself the best way I can.
I like to add that a lot of people don't get the behind the scenes of it, how, like you said, the rejection and stuff.
Yeah.
I can relate, as a musician. Like it's tough. They seen everything with me, like musical. They see how it goes down. And I chat fucking flustered at times. But like I get like when to say you start writing for 10 fucking years, like damn, like
it made me upset. I was like, am I supposed to be writing? I mean, I know this is wild, but like, damn, like really, like all these rejection letters. Wow.
It'd be
And I didn't know how to indie publish back then. I didn't know, like I didn't have the resources, so it was like
the resources aren't what they are now. So
yeah, at all. I don't even think, was Kickstarter around back then? I don't even know.
It was, but it wasn't that big. I don't think people was real. And the other thing about Kickstarter is we can start a Kickstarter right now for this podcast. Only people that really, really rock with you gonna invest. Because I've been like, what is this? What am I putting my money towards? We don't get it. People out there, are these people just trying to scam? Like, once you get supporters that really support you for who you are and what you got, going to see the vision, I don't mind giving this person a couple hundred, whatever I got to further that goal. Because our people, you donate this money, you don't see where it came from. Oh man, that's shut down. People run out with the money.
But that's the beauty of like places like Kickstarter now, because it's kind of you're protected as a investor type thing. And with Kicks, it's not like GoFundMe where you put in money and there is nothing kind of in return. With Kickstarter, you get exclusive stuff like with Brother Ghoulish's book. There's exclusive stuff that I, as someone who didn't do the Kickstarter because I didn't know about it, it's fine. I'm surprised. I can only get the book. I don't get the special perks that came with people who had decided to invest. So there's beauty in it.
Yeah.
But look, you keep talking about this book. I can't. When does the book come out officially?
It's this week. There's like one or two more things I'm having a little bit of like trouble with because I'm working with a team of people, and so there's just like a couple things. But if y'all want, I haven't revealed the cover publicly, but I will reveal it right now if y'all want to see it.
Oh, she's getting exclusive.
Yeah. Well, I like it. Look, hold up. All right, I'm nervous, but here we go.
The Blerd Spot Podcast with the exclusive premiere.
Exclusive.
We're gonna invest in a soundboard one day. Until then, you get our ad-libs.
And if you don't know where we got that from, you're too young to watch these goddamn podcasts.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Not me having this many pictures. I'm terrible, but I'm scrolling to it.
Listen, my phone is starting to freeze because I got too many pictures.
I never freeze.
Really? Wait, hold up. Was that what? Was that a real response? Was that an inside joke? It's also you never freeze.
It's from Black Panther.
It's from the first Black Panther film.
He froze. What's happened? He froze.
He froze. But yes, do you plan on? I know you said you kind of do scream. You've written books and stuff, do you in the future, while you're looking up that photo,
Mm.
plan on like writing screenplays, like branching off into film and whatnot, like
I'm
creating little shorts and stuff?
I'm interested. It's something that a lot of the people I've met along the way have told me that I should do. It's just I've never really written a script before, so it's something that I'd have to once I get the time. Because I like doing things right, so I like really getting into a process and learning it the correct way, and it slows me down a lot. But I prefer it that way. But I think one day, don't be surprised if I randomly pitch a script because sometimes I wonder how I would do, and I found it when y'all are ready.
Okay, we're
Oh,
ready.
you ready?
All right.
Oh, that's dope. No,
dope.
that's fire. I could
Yes.
make sure you put that link up in your bio
For sure.
because I'm gonna be clicking it.
Just
I need to figure out a way to get it autographed. But
I got you. Just DM.
okay,
Just
but
just send the word Renaissance. I know what's good.
I'll do
if
that.
you don't Renaissance me, I don't know that you love me.
Right.
Like fake.
Right.
Fake. You're not a real fan.
What you got, Chris?
But you know, if whenever you do a script, if you need someone with a really good horror scream,
Look, okay.
Yeah, she
I
taps
will.
into her inner white when she get her scream ready.
Damn, that's what we doing.
Andrew.
Oh my
She
God!
will
Wait.
actually speak to your manager quick.
That is bullshit. I do not. But I do have a really good scream. I mean, I can't really do it on camera because it's really loud. Like I can't do it right
That's
now.
what she said.
Okay.
I can't do it right now, but because I got neighbors and shit. But yeah.
You act like they don't know who your name is already.
No.
Oh!
I say that like I can't. Look, listen though. I say that like
I can't.
the
That went
nigga
over her
upstairs
head. That
don't
went
be
over
beating
her
on
head.
his girlfriend and she be screaming. But there's that.
Oh my God! Me and my partner had neighbors like that before too, and I was like, "Oh
I
shit!"
called the police.
Yeah.
Wow. She went. Is he hurting you? Is he hurting you?
Look,
Blink twice
homegirl.
if you're in trouble.
They went back.
I
They
just
went
dap him up next morning when I see him. This shit
They went-
fun.
Oh no, that is not the way.
and then she came back with her hat like all the way down in here. Like, girl, I know what that means. Your eye.
That's sad. I need her to.
Leave
You
him.
Yeah.
know what?
Doing that kid.
You know what?
Maybe that
Before
wasn't
we
his
get-
fault.
before we-
Maybe she ran into the refrigerator door like how they
You
always.
know what? We're not doing this. So, brother Ghoulish, if you could have 4 horror movie characters in a movie, just 4, who would you put? All your a dream horror movie, 4 characters. Who would you put in the movie?
Okay. Parker Posey's character in Scream 3.
Okay.
100%. This is gonna be hard. There's so many I love. I gotta narrow it down. Okay, it's gonna be a random one, but I know I haven't seen the movie yet, but that damn doll from Megan, because the energy so clear.
Listen. The dance, the flip.
I love
everything.
Megan. Megan hit that little dance
Yeah.
again.
The little shoulders, the little
Hold on,
Uzi dance.
wait. Did y'all see the beef on Twitter?
Between her and Chucky or the other one?
It was her and Annabelle had beef on Twitter, and then her and Chucky had beef on Twitter.
I didn't see the Annabelle one, but I should have known because Annabelle don't
Yeah,
play
but
either.
no, Chucky retweeted the thing from that Megan posted, like everybody trying to be me.
I think the third one would be Rail from Get Out because he's like such a great best friend, and
was.
Yeah.
I love him.
I'm T motherfucking SA.
Who else? I gotta narrow it down. This is hard. It has to be an Agent of Chaos. Okay, I can't think of her name, but okay, on the Amityville, It's About Time. The psychic medium, Iris. Those are the 4 people.
Okay, and so so you have your 4 people. I'm gonna add a 5th. Who's your final girl? Your final girl.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. I already know who I want to say, but I want to switch it up a little bit. Because I was going to say Kirsty from Hellraiser. But I think I'll do Kirsty from Hellraiser. Yeah, like
just go with your first one.
Yeah.
My ultimate all-time favorite final girl. I mean, it should be no surprise. Sydney Prescott.
That's that girl.
she's that girl. Like, you know, when it comes to final girls, I feel like Sydney.
Oh,
Sydney so let me tell you about how the pandemic ruined my life. Before I tell you about, you know, my love for Sydney. So, Fan Expo is a big convention here in Dallas, and the Screamcast was there, gonna be a guest. It was gonna be Nev Campbell, Jamie Kennedy, Matthew, what's his name? Last name,
Lillard.
Lillard,
Yeah.
uh,
Shaggy.
and Rose McGowan.
Mhm.
I bought my photo op with Nev Campbell. Set, I was ready. Literally 2 weeks before the convention, they should put us on lockdown.
Oh my god, I would have been pissed. I'd be like, is she still coming though?
Nope, they canceled the whole event.
I'll meet her on the corner. We can wear
get
masks.
your money back, right?
Right.
I got my money back. Everyone got their money back, but it was just like, but then she came this year and I wasn't really paying attention to the social medias. So she was at Texas Frightmare with
Mhm.
Billy Loomis and Matthew Lillard and Jamie Kennedy. And I hate I missed that opportunity too, because I wanted everyone. I have a Scream mask, like I have a Ghostface mask that I want everyone to sign, and I missed that opportunity. But the next time she presents to come around, I will not be missing that because that's my girl. But back to my love for
We also
Sydney.
got to put. We
Huh?
got also put him up on game about the Loomis theory.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put him up on game. He can watch my video when I release it. I got to record it.
Mhm.
So my love for Sydney, I feel like Sydney is one of few final girls that from off rip she fought back. Like she wasn't just no weekend. She was throwing hands with Ghostface.
Yeah, she did. Is she
Ghostface ain't supernatural either.
in order to, you know what though, there's a theory out there that Ghostface is like supernatural in some capacity, like there's a spirit that's actually moving, and I love that theory. I mean, I haven't done the work of like going back and looking at it from that perspective, but I wouldn't be surprised, because I mean it's something about it that is very the ghost of the past. It's always felt like that.
And when you sit and really think about it, like I said, Sid be fighting back. But you ever notice that none of these people ever have like the bruise? Like I was watching because me and my sister spent the weekend together, and she hadn't seen the third or fourth one. We're watching the
And I'm
fourth
still
one.
listening. I forgot to plug up my computer, but I'm still here. Go,
You
keep going.
Gucci. And so the fourth one, Sydney kicks him in the face several times. But you know, when you know who the killer is, you'll notice that person never has bruising.
Yeah.
Like they never have bruising when they get punched and kicked and all that. So I can really get with the whole spirit thing because you know the supernatural essence of it.
I
Because I
mean,
mean, it's easy. Like if they would bruise like a normal person, because I'm sorry, I kick y'all in the face, y'all gonna have something, a bruise, a mark, something. But when you know, especially if you've seen the movie and you know who the killers are, I mean, it would be easy to point it out because they're gonna have like, hey, what happened to your nose? Oh,
Fair.
I fell. Nah, you ain't fall. I kicked the killer in the nose, and you got the same mark.
So before I forget, your aunt, what you got? What's the question you got? What's the question you got?
Okay, so I have a would you rather
ooh.
for your upcoming book. Would you rather that it be turned into a multi-film series or more a multi-season TV show?
TV show. TV show.
How many seasons though?
3.
3 seasons?
At least. Just so that way there's enough room to like run in.
So
Because
when it is made into a TV show, just make sure I'm gonna be in the background somewhere.
you said you can scream. You gonna get the call. Look, you gonna be
Oh,
screaming.
I can. You listen. Okay,
Especially,
let me get my
especially
screen
you put a
pack
Samoan
ready.
in front of her.
Not
The moment you put a Samoan in front of her, she's screaming.
you said some what in front of her? I must have misheard you.
That's a different kind of scream. It's not the kind of scream.
You know what? This has been another episode of the Blerd Spot Podcast. I'm the host, Joe, Chris, the Better Homie Kid family. We had the homie brother Ghoulish. Tell them how to get your social media link. Tell them how they can get contact with you, my boy.
You can find me on social media at Brother Ghoulish, especially on TikTok. And you can go to my website, brotherghoulish.com, to get links to the book that will be out this week, and also to the other podcasts that I'm on, which are Brother Ghoulish's Tomb, where I do genre analysis, Brother Ghoulish's Dragula Breakdown, where I talk about the Boule Brothers Dragula, I'm having a moment, the Altar Tapes, where we're talking about altar shorts, and Blerdy Massacre, where we talk about blerd culture. So you can find me on all those.
I like
All righty, well, thank you for being on the show. I'll bring you back again next season. And like always, thank you for tuning in. And Chris, when we coming back? When we coming back? What's the day?
January 8th. This is the last show until January 8th. So
See
try not to
y'all.
do too much.
Drop.
Yeah, we out of here.